Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Saturday. Wanted to make a video, let everyone know how I'm feeling post first chemo treatment. Um, and we got a good number of packs actually today. I was fortunate enough to catch a restock at Walmart for like the first time in a year. So, got a Chaos Rising ETB, which comes with 9 packs, and then a 2-pack blister that has 1 pack of Mega Evolution and 1 pack of Phantasmal Flames. So might be a little heavier on the Pokemon because spoiler alert, I don't have too much to update from Chemo, which I think is a good thing. And I'll obviously get into it, but yeah, it might be a little heavier on the Pokemon. But I did, before I kind of talk about me, wanted to tell a story. If I mean, there's a lot of people watching or following along here that went to Lenape High School. Many of you may have seen Greg Giger's mom, Rachel, passed away recently. I didn't know her super well, but Greg and I grew up playing basketball together. His dad coached my dad a couple seasons. Obviously, we went to the same middle school, high school, all that. So, I reached out to Greg and just commented when I saw the post. Really sorry for your loss, and he made like a really nice comment back that I appreciated because he had seen what I was dealing with, and he mentioned that she had beaten cancer 3 times. But how this all kind of ties into my story is she was ironically, I don't know if it's ironically is the right word, but she was the nurse the first time I ever had colonoscopy. She specialized in like anesthesiology, nursing, and that kind of stuff. She was a nurse for like 40 years. So, but yeah, it was, um, he said his message back to me after I commented, and that just kind of triggered me to remember, that day and that interaction with her. Me being 20 years old at the time, and don't really know what's going on with my stomach. It's obviously there's issues, and now it's to a point where I'm having procedures done. Like a little scary, and I don't know if most people, I would hope, have not had a colonoscopy, but if you had, the prep is terrible. So I was feeling like crap, nervous about what was going on, and I guess she recognized my last name because I don't think I looked very different at that time than when I was in high school. But I was assuming that she just recognized my last name, Kearney-Argow, and mentioned, hey, I'm Greg Giger's mom. I'm not sure if you remember me, and I had recognized her, but I couldn't place it. And but anyway, we started talking. She was asking how my family was. I asked how Greg and their family was, and ended up talking for like 10-15 minutes, just catching up, and very minor, like small everyday interaction, but I just remember like feeling way more at ease going into that procedure. And I told all this to Greg because I'm sure he would have appreciated it too. Again, I didn't know her that well, but the fact that like I remember that interaction so positively, and like for her to have that kind of impact on like a very small interaction, but 15 years later I remember it and think positively about that. And I think that speaks to the kind of person that she was. A nurse for 40 years, volunteered at animal shelters, and just like a really caring person. And yeah, just it seeing that and everything that's going on with me, it made me reflect on that and that day, and I think that those qualities are things that I you know, strive to emulate. I think we should all try to be that type of person that like has a positive impact on other people when when not trying. And um, I think if there were more Rachel Giggers in the world, it would be a better place. So, like I said, just wanted to shout her out, tell that story. Obviously, thoughts and prayers to Greg and his family. I know they're going through it too, and yeah, they had listed too on the obituary website that as far as like donations go, they're like I said, she worked with Voorhees Animal Shelter. So if you guys know Greg and want to donate, I'm sure that they would appreciate that. So yeah, like I said, just wanted to share that story. I thought it was um, relevant to what I'm trying to do, obviously with these, and relevant to my story. Her being kind of an early part of it, but yeah, we'll get into my updates. Like I said, don't have too crazy, which again I think is a good thing. But we'll start opening some packs here too. Because I got the ETB, I actually was able to already start with a nice promo here of Fennekin. So already off to a good start with the opening. Yeah, so I think I mentioned it last video. Chemo was Tuesday. Went in, we're there for about 6 hours. Felt pretty good coming out of it. Wednesday also felt pretty good. The meds that they gave me were intended to work multiple days, and so yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, I really didn't feel much of anything. It was, I still had the pump on me, but then Thursday came around, and home health nurse came and unhooked the pump, and that went well. Nothing too crazy there, just unhooking from the port, and it's from there I'm able to move around a little bit better, I guess, because I wasn't strapped to a fanny pack with the extra meds on it. But yesterday, or not yes, I guess Thursday, after the pump came off, I started to feel it a little more, and had a slight fever that afternoon. Had a pretty bad headache. If you've ever had a migraine, one of those ones that like hurts up in your eyes, but like, so yeah, like I didn't feel great, but all things considered, if you told me that like, hey, you're gonna do chemo, but you're gonna have a headache and a mild fever, like, sign me up for that, because that's maybe sign me up isn't the best phrase to use, but I guess all that to say, like, I was expecting it to be worse, and so the fact that like I was feeling okay yesterday, headache was still there a little bit, but no real fever, and some like mild aches, but nothing crazy. No vomiting. Mild nausea. Like, I wouldn't even call it nausea. It was more like, if I needed to eat something, or I'm like trying to force myself to eat something, it's like I'm not really feeling it. But they gave me medication for all that, and so that eating full meals. We had burritos for dinner last night, so yeah, all things considered, chemo wise, feeling good, and then today again feeling a lot better. So it seems like 2 days of feeling a little crappy, but very manageable. And I was able to go. They say staying active is really important. I was able to go for a walk both mornings, Thursday and Friday morning. Lost one, but got a nice little double rare there. And yeah, so Thursday morning we walked, met up with one of Lauren's coworker friends, and who actually lives in Collingswood, not too far from us. Shout out Bridget, and walked down to Revolution Brewing in Collingswood. They got coffee, and then walked back, and so it ended up being like probably half mile, maybe a little longer. So pretty decent walk considering, I'm still recovering from the surgery too, and was having some pain in my like hip and close to where the surgery was. So that was Thursday, and then Friday, yesterday morning, again, was able to walk for close to 20, 30 minutes, like probably over a mile walking. Again, it's a walk, but it's better than nothing. And, I'm probably another couple weeks away from being able to like lift and go to the gym. Right now, I still have can't lift anything more than 20 pounds. So, I really can't do much more than walk. And so, with how hot it's been too, and the, oh, let's go. This is one of the best cards in the set. Let me get this in a sleeve real quick. That's awesome. This is a very, wow, the centering is really good too. Really, really popular artist. You can see like the different colors and things like that. Just a really, really cool card. That's an awesome pull. That's awesome. Okay. Sorry, I'm like distracted by how cool this card is. This is top 5 cards in the set, one of the rarest cards in the set, and I would say one of the best looking besides the Chase, which is the Mega Greninja for people who know what's going on here with the cards. That was awesome. Okay. Sorry. Like I said, this might be heavy Pokemon because I didn't have as much to update with the cancer treatment. So yeah, walking good, feeling good, moving around. My Aunt Karen was in town. So Lauren's actually on her hiking trip with her friends. They're up in the Poconos. So I've had the house to myself the last 2 days. But my Aunt Karen, who lives in San Francisco, was just in Italy, and her layover was in Philadelphia. So she was here yesterday, had dinner with us. My mom and dad and my mom's boyfriend Mike came over. So we all had dinner, and then she's going to come over again today. We might walk downtown. So excited that she's here too. It's been nice to spend some time with her, even for just like a day or so. And then I've got friends coming over today, tomorrow too, to help with some things around the house while Lauren's gone, but also just hang out. And so even though Lauren's away, like I've got plenty of people coming to hang out and be with me, which is awesome. And then Monday, everyone I've kind of mentioned already, I have a PET scan, so we'll find out more if there is anything else going on. But as I've said multiple times, like this cancer should respond to the chemo regardless of where it is. So, even if there are like small spots elsewhere that they didn't see the first time while they were in there doing the surgery, it shouldn't really change anything with the treatment because the chemo is going to hit it there regardless. I don't think, again, they spent time looking around while they did the surgery. So I don't think that there's anything else in there. And I obviously hope there's nothing else in there, but I'm honestly not concerned, if there is, or not any more concerned if there is, because it's all the same treatment. So, and then the last thing was, I've got my appointment with Sloan Kettering on Wednesday. And yeah, meeting with Dr. Diaz. Excited to meet with him. Nice. Another double rare. Cool card there. Yeah, so meeting with him Wednesday. We'll see if there's anything else, I can be doing. But yeah, no other real updates. Like I said, the biggest thing was, how I was feeling post chemo, and all things considered, I feel pretty good. If this is what it's gonna be, then I'm feeling pretty confident about how I'm gonna manage this. Because even I think I mentioned like the neuropathy stuff that's gone away. I'm already I'm able to touch cold things and not feel any issues. They said that could come back a little bit more intense in future treatments, but like barely noticed it this time around. So nothing there. And then yeah, that was cold sensitivity in general. It's not really been too much of an issue. Yeah, so actually ended up talking enough that this is the last pack, so we'll wrap things up. But again, appreciate everybody who's reached out, who donated to our GoFundMe, sent us gift cards. Like, seriously, can't thank everybody enough. We appreciate it so much, and it's made things a lot easier because again, there's just been like random things that have come up. So Lauren and I, super thankful. We love you guys. And let's see if we can get anything here with the last pack. Unfortunately, no, but that's okay because that one card covered the entire set, so, or the entire box. So super happy about that, and yeah, appreciate everybody watching. Thanks again to everybody, and talk to you later. Love you guys. Bye.